All right, so a little bit of a different video today. And normally we go over X posts or sometimes slideshows, but today we're going to go over this case study of that I posted the other week. Basically, how I flipped a flake into a home court close, meaning she came straight over to my place from a dating app. Um, and yeah, we're going to do this case study. And if you want to read this instead of listening to it, or if you want to read it after, I'll leave the link. It's just it's this link right here, feelingnature.substack.com over there. And to recommend, putting your email in just in case you never know, you get deplatformed or whatever that, things happen. So that's also kind of why I'm posting over here, is because I want to collect emails of guys who like my stuff, just in case I want to pivot to another platform or take, myself away from platforms in the future. There's over 100 people already on my Substack. So just, yeah, put your email in. But anyways, let's get right into this post. So how I flipped a flake into home court close and why I've been missing in action, because I haven't posted in a couple of months on there. So I started the post, I know I've been quiet here since January, but that's because I got tired of repeating some of the same relationship advice over and over again. I spent the last couple of months building something that changed the game for my process with women. But before I show you the weapon I built, I want to show you a text exchange from last week with a hot 22-year-old teacher I matched on a dating app. So let's start from the beginning. I set the time and grabbed her number on a Wednesday night. It was one screenshot worth. I'm not going to show the opener. That's kind of reserved for some of my private clients. I don't want to saturate the market, but it was basically just one message I sent to her. Then she responded. Then I said, "What's your schedule looking like?" And she said, "I'm pretty open this week, Wednesday through Friday, but I have family coming in this weekend." So I said, "Cool, let's do drinks Thursday at 8." She said, "Sounds good. You have a place in mind." I sensitively say, "We can do mine. Let me grab your number for arrangements." And she said, "Sure, it's this number." Now, most guys, point one, get the number Wednesday. We're meeting, supposed to be meeting that Thursday at 10 p.m. and immediately text her to build a connection or to say, "Hey, it's me," with tons of enthusiasm, but it falls flat. And I'm actually going to make a post on this today as a side note on X, probably turn it into a YouTube video. The guy who was frustrated with dating apps basically saying, "Why do all these girls give me their number and they ghost the number?" And he sent me some of the texts, like 5 or 6 examples. And he's just saying, "Hey, it's name," and that's it. He wasn't saying, "Let's do this day. He wasn't pushing it forward. And so, not to dunk on this guy, but it's an example of, there's fine lines and thin margins when you're doing this, because there is a replacement factor of, you know, both sides can replace relatively easily on dating apps. And so if you're not really sharp with your logistics only messaging, then it's just not optimal. And then you might blame, say, a good process when really it's just being followed in an unoptimal way. So this is what my private framework recommends instead. Hint, hint. So I plugged this into my tool and I said, here, I'm just going to go back to this. She gave me a number, what to reply and when exactly. And so it's basically saying, do nothing tonight. Never text a new girl late at night. Late night, first text signal that you're horny, bored, and don't have other options keeping you busy. It immediately drops your perceived value. You go to sleep. So when to text tomorrow between 1 and 3 p.m. That's what I recommend. Or, texting between kind of like 7 and 10 o'clock p.m. But it kind of follows the natural pacing of the interaction. It just makes more sense to wait. And so I just texted her the next day. We'll talk about this. So you go to sleep, text the next day in the afternoon to confirm logistics. No, how's your day? Small talk. So the next afternoon, I ran the exact play, long story short, of saying, "Hey, it's my name, still good for 8. Exactly what the system says. And then she confirmed for later that night, and I sent over the address. And that's when she sent in the logistics. And she said, "Okay, so I put your address into maps for me, and you're 30 minutes away," which is farther than I thought there's any way we could. I think I have the post down here. So she agreed to the time, complied with coming over to my place, put my address into maps, and realized it was a 30-minute drive on a Thursday night. She gets up really early for work and has to push her meeting back to Saturday. So this is a situation that happens to every guy. And the trap here is most guys are programmed to either get butthurt and complain about her flaking, or over accommodate and write a paragraph saying, oh, no worries, totally understand. Both are ick inducing and detached inducing. So both reactions signal incompetence below her buying threshold, usually, unless your value is so high that the buying threshold's here and it lowers it to here, kind of thing. But look at what she did, and how my framework, recommended to handle it. So this is the full thing that she said. Is there any way we could push this to not a weeknight? I wake up really early for work. I'm so sorry, I'm free Saturday night if that works. So that's what I call a compromising flake. It's as opposed to like a non-compromising flake. A non-compromising flake is something came up, she's super vague, she doesn't give a specific example, and she doesn't offer to reschedule, and a specific day is the most compromising. If she's saying, hey, tonight doesn't work because XYZ, but this other night works, that's more genuine. And then, of course, people lie, numbers don't, and also in terms of actions speak louder than words. If she flakes again, you should never see her, well, then now she's not interested. But it's all nuance and context. And so she also respected and did it 3 hours before. She didn't do it, 30 minutes before. So it was Thursday at 5:37, 2.5 hours before, trying to reschedule for Saturday. And see, my system is programmed just the way I coach guys to say, this is a textbook compromising flake. And so I'm not going to read all this now, but I did exactly what I would recommend to do and said, all good. Let's do Saturday around 8. And then she says, awesome, sounds good, because I'm a teacher. My school starts early, yada, yada, yada. And then she did respond really fast. So I said, it feels like I shouldn't go silent because it could make it go too flat. So what to do here? And basically she's qualifying herself to me. She's never explaining her schedule. She doesn't want to lose the match. She cares about my perception of her, basically indicators of interest. And so, what I would recommend typically, and what I did was like the message, not even to say make sense. I just like the message. So the TLDR here is after I locked in Saturday at 8, she sent a paragraph over explaining why she couldn't come over. And those guys think they need to match your energy and keep the conversation going, oh, I totally understand, blah, 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 which is wrong. She's over explaining in the situation because she's qualifying herself. She doesn't want you to think that she's blowing you off, which is a massive indicator of high interest. Not all flakes are created equal. If you text back right there, you just become another digital pen pal eager for attention. And so I didn't text back. I just liked her message and went into radio silence until Saturday afternoon. Basically let her wonder about you. Anticipation real estate, your pattern interrupt. Most guys do this, you do this. It's very simple. You basically just fade. And I was actually saying this about another situation. So I was saying I have no plans with these other girls, but I do have this one for tonight at 8. This was Saturday, comes around, what to do. And it's reiterating, she's literally double texted to explain her schedule. She's qualifying. So I just sent the confirmation, still good for 8. Not confirming, are we still on? Not confirming my value from her. It's confirming the time and respecting both of our times. So you can read this if you want. So Saturday rolled around, it was time to confirm the meeting. And notice what I didn't send to reiterate. I didn't send something like, hey, we still on for tonight? Let me know, which is anxious and weak energy. Are we still on? Assume she could be on, but not with you. So instead, I sent exactly what the framework recommends. Still good for 8, no question marks or emojis. The frame is that women never flake on you, so you're just casually confirming the time. You respect your own time and by extension, her time. And then she says, yep. So my confirmation 7 hours before, like I recommend. And then I just say, cool, let me know when you're heading over. We'll do. Boom, leaving mine now. Map says 18 minutes. I'll come down, yada, yada. Texted me, made it home. And she was here for about 3.5 hours, and it was a great time, basically. So I told her to let me know when she was coming over. She showed up right on time. Everything flowed earlier than actually on time even. Everything flowed exactly as expected, and she texted me when she made it home later that night. So yeah, that's basically the entire meta behind flipping flakes into meetups by being detached from the outcome and not over pursuing or matching energy. Like a lot of guys would even over text because they think, oh, I'm not enough, when really it had nothing to do with you, it had to do with her life situation. And so basically the secret behind this entire interaction, You can try and memorize these psychological frameworks. You can guess when to pull back, when to double text, and when to drop the conversation. Or you can let my brain, as we talked about through this entire process, do the heavy lifting for you. So I took my private field tested frameworks from over 100 plus real world closes and dozen of client successes and coded them into a custom AI model built strictly for sexual marketplace dynamics and logistics. And it's called L.A.I D. And all those screenshots above were the L.A.I D AI app diagnosing, in this situation, the flake and generating the exact script to send in real time. As you can see, those exact messages in that situation led to her coming over. Obviously, texting isn't everything in terms of online dating. Like, a lot of it's your profile and the girl's buying temperature. That again has not always to do with you, but other things. But it's just about the right process and following the right process to not lose your mind. Because that's really why I built this, was for guys who are like, dude, I stopped using online dating. I basically neutered my lead source because it was making me go insane. And so basically want to detach from it and turn it into a full system. And that's basically what this is. It's basically 24/7 mastermind in your pocket that decodes mixed signals, stops you from double texting needy slop, gives you the exact next move. So you can just stop guessing and let the AI decode your exact situation. So again, if you want to read this article, read the responses more, in detail, you can click the link to the free Substack in the description. Also, if you want to try out L.A.I D, you can click the link in the description as well to join that right there. And yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next video. Peace.